Yeah, band games. So our sound guy, Evan P. Donahue, he told me about this game called Four's the Magic Number. Do you want to play?
Yeah.
Okay. 10 is 3, 5 is 4, 3 is 5, and 4 is the magic number. So you have to say why 4 is the magic number. I might have messed it up, honestly.
I'm in a strange position. Come on, show me where I am. I'll keep the door wide open.
Well, since CMJ last time, I think a lot has happened. I think every, whether it's a festival or a big show, it kind of puts wind in our sails for the next step. It's kind of like this just like series of lily pads. I feel like in our career that's been like, oh, and here's the next one, jump. Okay, jump. And it's like whether there's someone in the audience, like our first CMJ when Bob Boylan happened to walk into our show and just love the show. And that was such a miraculous thing that happened that, gave us a better position at the next CMJ and other festivals. Called Kids Raising Kids.
And it came out on April 2nd, and we are currently sitting in the office of the label that released it.
ATO Records, which is crazy.
I think as a whole, the band comes at it with the idea that there's a last track on the record, it's called Ella, and it's about Marcus's daughter Eloise. And the idea when, about 2 years ago, when we started working on the record, he was a year deep into being a father, and it was something that was, I felt like all of us were having to somewhat deal with it in a weird way. I know he specifically, obviously, he had more responsibility than the rest of us, but we all were there for him in this time of realizing what it meant to be a 20, 21-year-old having a child, and realizing you're a child yourself and having to bring new life into this world and hopefully do the best you can in leading that child in the direction that you think is, to where we are now. I look back and I go, I had a great childhood. I want that for her. We all want that for her.
So in a literal sense, it's definitely related to Marcus and his little daughter, Ella. But in a thematic sense, we kept seeing the presence of this idea that we're all just kids raising each other, like as humans, kind of navigating this really hard life that is full of really great times too, but in all of it, whether you're the principal of a high school or the president of the United States or, a little child, you're all shaping other people's world. The record has a lot of moments of triumph and we got through this, this season is good, or we made it home, like in The Glow, one of our songs.
Part of what we started with this band when we did our first 3 EPs, it was really a lot of Kelsey and I starting and then bringing an idea to the band and then fleshing it out versus what it is now with Kids Raising Kids. It's very, it could be her and I, but also it could be Steven and I, or Steven and Corey, or David and Marcus. There's 6 of us, and with that many people, there's so many ideas that can come from anywhere. I think you have to be willing to say, I'm okay with that you can't be overly protective, and realize that 6 people make one song that much better. So the creative process it's unique in that sense because it really is something that's shared. It's not protected by her and I, and everyone else just kind of rides along with us.
And I feel like the music is a result of being present, whether we're on the road writing, because now we do pretty much live on the road. Someone earlier asked us, how has that changed, not being home and being able to write? And we really have adapted to any instant we have in a sound check to try and, jam on an idea or, share ideas that we've had individually with one another. It's been cool. I feel like the music is a result of no borders or rules. We've kind of always just like been moved by moments. And I hope we continue to do that.
Don't be shy now. If I said if you're honest, no one will complain or ask you, are you listening? Honest.
We believe that music brings not only entertainment, but like something deep within us that kind of is unleashed and is just a universal language that's spoken. And whether, you know, we're not blood related, but we believe in family and the idea of spreading love and goodness to the world through music. And that sounds like really cheesy, but like my best experiences have been with these guys and my best friends in the band, and just like looking people in the eye that have gone through so many hard times, and we've been through so many crazy adventures of band troubles and really great times too, but the music has been the constant just kind of companion to us. But honestly, the best part about the way we've grown our literal family is, I mean, we know our fans really well. Like, we know their birthdays or their kids' names, or, you know, we do dinner with them before the shows in Charlottesville or wherever it is. And I mean, we're excited. We've played weddings. We're gonna play a bar mitzvah, one of our best like fan/friends, and it's just exciting to feel like we've organically grown a literal family around the love of music, and it's not this like you and me, it's like a we.
And we still can't find the reason when the lights go out.
Those who are looked at have a huge amount of responsibility. They are looked at as people who are given this voice that people listen to, and that's a terrifying thing. I mean, I remember one of the first times that like a 6-year-old child came up to me and was like, "You're my favorite band," and he was hiding behind a tree because he was terrified to meet me, and that. It's amazing, and I laughed and I was like, this is like the craziest thing, but at the same time it was absolutely terrifying to know that a 6-year-old child who has the rest of his life in front of him is listening to our music and going, I love this song, I like what it means. And it really changes your perspective on everything. You take a step back and you go, I can't just do whatever I want.
I'm starting to realize that like the lyrics that I would be like just meddling over in my bed like on studio nights or whatever, knowing that they go into people's homes, it's really crazy to think that like ideas that, you know, we're passionate about just kind of like go into other people's rooms. It's like, wait, you listen to that in your car in Phoenix, Arizona or Toronto or whatever. It's absolutely crazy.
Oh yeah, like I mean, I remember there's been times when I was certain that this song meant this, you know, like to me that's what it did. It meant that, that's why we wrote it that way. And then someone comes in and says, "Oh, I thought it was about blah 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 blah," and I'm like, that's way deeper than I even thought about it, and that's awesome. So like, I mean, that's the beautiful thing about music, is that it is so subjective to a degree, to where people can define it and make it meaningful to themselves. That's why the record's cool. In my mind, Kids Raising Kids has 11 songs that are influenced by 6 individuals rather than one person. So it's not about one person's emotions, it's all those emotions carrying into each and every track, so that there's a moment for anyone who comes into that situation and listens and goes, I feel that, I understand that, or I've been there before.
Can't find the reason when the lights go out. Are we fools just for believing?
Hey, this is Kelsey,
And I'm Gabe from the Kopecky family band.
and you're watching Baeblemusic.
We still can't find